Hello everybody, I'm Revo and welcome to another Platinum video. Today we have the game called Submersed. This is a spooky underwater game, which is perfect. Growing up, I used to watch River Monsters all the time, and it was one of my favorite shows. And I also, because of that, wanted to be a marine biologist growing up, but then I learned about chemistry, and let me tell you, I suck at chemistry. So we decided not to do that in life. But besides that, this game doesn't have a PSN profiles guide, but on this site someone does have a forum with a fantastic trophy guide video, which I'll link in the description. Either way, I did whip up a quick PSN profiles unpublished guide just to kind of show it. In my personal opinion, if you play through this without a guide, it is a 2 out of 10 in difficulty, 2 playthroughs, and takes, probably 2 hours, depending on what you decide to do. If you do it in 2 playthroughs and don't dilly-dally on your first. But besides that, the game starts with us waking up and we've got a siren going off, so it's very spooky. And before we get into that, don't forget to like and subscribe as we continue on throughout this summer of Platinum Trophy hunting. But let's get into it and find out why we have a siren going off. And apparently we missed a lot of craziness going off because we were just off having a little nap.
What the hell is going on?
Josh, we have specimens on the loose.
What the... Celeste?
The alpha male has broken the containment system. Step level 1 is being flooded. If we don't stop it...
I know. All the structure will collapse. I'm going to connect the draining system. I'm gonna...
But that thing is out there.
If I don't do it, everyone will die. Activate the emergency signal. I'm going to put on the diving suit. I need Virgil's access card.
If you have ever seen the movie Deep Blue Sea, which is a fantastic shark movie, this game is essentially kind of like it, which is dope. Instead of intelligent sharks though, we have sharks infected with parasites that are trying to kill us. I'll go more into that in just a little bit, but we need to get from, our room all the way down to a diving suit so we can, put it on, go outside, and try to save the day, and hopefully not be eaten by a shark. Now, obviously, like I said, I'm playing through this first playthrough blind, but I am working on one trophy just because it seems really annoying. I need to finish the whole game with a full inventory and a full safe box, which is like your chest. And yeah, so we go ahead and find a diving suit though and make our way outside to where the spooky sharks are. We managed to save the day by setting back up this system, and we go back to the door, but unfortunately, we get attacked by the shark. And this sets us up as this was the prologue and goes ahead and loads us into chapter 1. However, this is where I got a little confused because we actually get our first trophy very close to here just for completing chapter 1. However, I was still in the prologue from what I understood. So I don't really know if it was a glitch or maybe I just understood the chapters wrong. But either way, we officially have one trophy, and I'm going to go ahead and just let this whole opening cutscene play, and then I can't remember when the trophy pops, but it'll pop very close to it.
Josh, I've activated the emergency beacon. They will come to rescue us. We did it.
Echo 6, over.
Go ahead, base. Over.
Did you copy the coordinates for the SOS? Over.
Roger. Over and out. Jack, we've got an SOS. You've just come back to work after what happened to Sarah. Can you handle it?
What do you think?
I've seen the reports. Post-traumatic stress.
Fuck. You really want to talk about this right now?
Okay. It must be there. I'm gonna land. Watch out! Watch out!
we are officially locked into the Submersed Platinum, and after our plane crashes, we can actually go ahead and get 2 trophies right away. One is for trying to save Martin from the plane crash and get him off the helicopter, which unfortunately we cannot do. And the other trophy is going to be for just dying on this helipad, or just where we crashed, I guess. And I do that by just accidentally walking into fire. So that's cool. We've got 2 more trophies down. Now real quick, I don't know why those trophy beams didn't really play. This is the first time I'm using the capture card with my PS5, so I'm still kind of wiring everything out, making sure everything's okay. And another heads up, the game recorded really dark still. I think it's a capture card issue, and I can't figure out how to turn up the brightness on my capture card, so I've just been doing it all in Clipchamp. But anyway, we go ahead and make our way through this base after we've crashed, and we go ahead and it's just, we find an elevator and we go right down to where we were in the prologue. We go through the prologue, we once again find another diving suit, and we're going to go ahead and make our way outside, because we're just going to try to make our way to find somebody, or figure out what is going on in here. But once we go ahead and head outside, we're actually going to get a trophy just for completing this first chapter. The chapters are very short, they're only like 5 to 10 minutes. So like I said, this is a pretty quick game, and yeah, we got another trophy already. We are back outside in the water with this spooky shark. Now this suit is super helpful. If the light in the suit is green, that means there's no shark nearby. If it's yellow, that means we need to take caution. And red means the shark is out there. If we move, we are going to die. Now this is a very cool feature and I really did like it. My only complaint is sometimes it did turn into a long waiting game. Especially on my second playthrough, I think I waited for like a minute and the light was like kept being red. And so I was like, I'm just going to go for it, and I kept dying. But either way, we do eventually get through this, avoiding the shark safe and sound. It did take me a couple attempts, because let me tell you, yellow might mean caution, but I do not recommend moving on yellow, because it still got me killed quite a few times. But once we get to the end, the whole, like, place we're in, I think we're, like, in an underwater facility place, starts to crash, but luckily somebody will save us, and this is going to pop a story mode trophy as we go into the next cutscene.
But gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view.
I don't know.
You should grow feathers to see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down.
Clearly, Atwater, the dude who I guess runs this place, has gone crazy. He's been infected with the parasite, and he wants to infect everybody else. But either way, we wake up and start exploring this place, trying to figure out what's going on. Now, I get a random side trophy here. There's some girl on the table, and without thinking, I clicked square on her because we needed a retina scan, and apparently she was still alive. So our dude decided not to actually take her eye, which is good, and it did get us a trophy.
I can't do it. She's still alive.
For the retina scan, I luckily just find a morgue, so that's where I get the eye from I need from the retina scan. And I do pick up an electric weapon. I'm gonna go more over that later, because I don't really use it on this first playthrough. But anyway, this chapter ends with us being chased by a shark. It is very scary. I keep dying a lot. It's actually a little intimidating having the shark come at you in the water. But either way, we go ahead and make it through this chapter, which is going to get us another trophy for completing chapter 4 according to the trophy list. Here we are in chapter 5, and we go ahead and just make our way through this chapter. We've got an elevator with a little puzzle. It's a pretty chill chapter. We have to avoid a shark at one point. I just, run through and I make sure, that shark understands it can't mess with me, because it can't catch me. Either way, this game does have a little crafting system, and it's just to help, I think, unlock secret rooms and stuff like that. Like, you can craft tools, you can craft a lockpick, and upon actually crafting a lockpick, you do get a trophy, which is cool. I don't remember what I really used it for. Picking up all these random items just kind of kept clogging up my inventory. So I mostly just, was picking up healing items over these, because there wasn't a way to drop items in this game, which was also a little concerning, because upon reaching this chapter, I realized, because I couldn't drop things, I had to be really careful with what I was picking up. But besides that, we have 2 trophies in this chapter, like I said, 1 for making our first lockpick, and then 1 for just completing chapter 5. Here in chapter 6, we're going to go ahead and get a phone call to give us some story updates, so here is that for you. Enjoy.
Hey! Explain to me right now what the fuck is going on here.
Calm down. My name is Celeste Rose, Chief Medical Officer at Atwater Corps. Right now, we're in what's left of its complex.
Focus, Doctor. Explain what's happening.
Please, I'm trying to help you, to help us both. Let me explain. We found something on the seabed, in the pit, under the complex. An organism not known by science yet. It releases a bacterium, once present in the blood of the animals. The bacterium was in control of them. It made them part of what seems to be its own mind. It's intelligent. Atwater has lost its mind upon its discovery and its future possibilities. He's locked us up in the submarine zone to use us as subjects for his experiments. He wants to infect us all with lethal consequences. I've tried to avoid it, but there is no time anymore.
It's okay. Calm down. We gotta call my base.
Communications are blocked from the lab. You have to unlock them, but the locking system only recognizes Atwater's voice. We have to blow up this entire place and destroy that thing.
It's fine. You get the explosive ready, and I'll unlock the system.
After the phone call, our main mission is now to get over to Atwater, who is in a lab in the water. But pretty much this chapter ends with us once again getting in a diving suit and making our way through the underwater, what would you call this? Walkway, pathway, and avoiding the sharks. This was a bit harder. I kept dying. I could not turn fast enough to avoid the shark, and I died quite a lot, so I had to really be patient, take my time as I went through this section. But at the end of this section, once we finally get away from the shark, we can go ahead and get the trophy for completing chapter 6. Now this is actually very interesting, because this is actually the last time we had this little shark section. I thought it'd appear more, but it doesn't. This is the last time. So that's cool. We do have chapter 6 complete though. Here in chapter 7, we go ahead and find Dr. Atwater and he's absolutely lost his mind from the parasite. He's just babbling in this room. We've got a giant whale that's infected by the parasite, but according to the documentation, if I understood it right, the parasite actually couldn't get all the way through the whale, so we don't have to worry about this whale trying to kill us. And otherwise, we are just going to continue to have a very chill chapter. As I am working through this chapter, we do have a shark decide to come and interrupt us. So I have to play avoid him and ring around the rosy because I also have to solve a puzzle that is in the water. So I have to watch out for this shark. Besides that, chapter 7 we have complete once we go ahead and get this whole situation all figured out. And we are getting very close to the end of the game. For this next chapter, as we go into it, I need to go ahead and just maneuver my way up this building. The facility is starting to collapse due to the parasite. I think it's just, it's starting to tear things down. So I need to go ahead and climb up. It's just us balancing, making sure we're walking in the right places, not falling, and stuff like that. Luckily, we succeeded on the first try because we are built different. And after that, we'll go ahead and get outside, and we're going to go ahead and make our way over to the antenna building to find Dr. Brody. And that's pretty much it for this chapter, so we can go ahead and get another trophy for it.
Did it.
What's going on? My God, your eyes.
The infection is spreading. Who cares? I've activated the emergency signal. The explosive.
I'll take care of that. What should I do?
The explosive is already in the cage. At the pit's entrance. You have to lower the cage via remote control. The explosion will kill that thing. You have my access card. Hurry up.
You'll be safe. I'll get the cage and we'll get out of here.
This final chapter goes ahead and has us setting up, everything so we can go ahead and explode the parasite and save the day. Now, this is actually one of the hardest parts of the game for me. There is a hammerhead, I believe it's the great hammerhead, in the water, and this thing is vicious. My goodness. So, the strategy, of course, was to wait for it to go the other way, hop into the water, swim over to where I need to go, turn on generator 1, then I real quick had to run over, turn on generator 2, and then swim real fast to the exit. Every time I went for the exit, the hammerhead was on me, instantly, going in for the kill. No matter what I did, I could not get this guy off my tail. It felt like it was all down to luck. I just managed to finally get a run where he just didn't chase me. But my goodness, this hammerhead is, very vicious. But anyway, I get past this hammerhead, which means we are very, very close to the end of the game. I just wanted to, talk about this crazy hammerhead. He looks very cool. I think sharks are so cool. I really do like sharks, but my goodness, this hammerhead it was out for blood. With that, we go ahead and reach the end of the game after I get past this hammerhead, and as a heads up, my inventory and my safe box are completely full still. And luckily, the dynamite we need to blow up the parasite doesn't take up any inventory space, which is amazing and very useful to know. We go ahead and go down though, find the parasite, and we throw that dynamite in, making this whole thing explode, and we save the day. This is going to get us 3 trophies, 1 for finishing the final chapter, 1 for finishing the game, and 1 for finishing the game with a full inventory and safe box. So go ahead and enjoy these trophies and the end of the game. The main story is now complete, however, by just staying till the end of the credits, we're gonna get a little secret epilogue cutscene, which is gonna get us another trophy. With the main story done, I just have a couple little mini things to go through in order to get the platinum. First up, I have to replay the prologue and not pick up a single item in order to get one of the trophies. After that, I need to replay through chapters. I think it's just like one. I think the chapters are so confusing. But pretty much right after we play the prologue, in the first chapter, in one of the first areas of the game, we can actually go under the water and find a little treasure chest, which just has a bandage. It's nothing crazy, but it does get us another trophy. So we've already got 2 trophies on our little cleanup run down.
Celeste, can you hear me? I'm headed out.
Josh, be very careful. I can't do it again. But maybe you can.
What are you saying? What is this foolishness?
I can't make it now. I must really go. The only exit is submerged. This place is falling apart. You'll need to dive in. Go to the communications building.
For this run, I had to beat the entire game without healing and without dying. Now thankfully this wasn't too hard. The video guide I was using recommended I do this and make a backup save or a cloud save at every chapter, so I made sure to do that in case things got dicey. I only had trouble with the underwater sections with the sharks because sometimes the light would go green and I'd go to move and then it turned red and then I'm like in the middle of the area and I'm just doomed and dead. The hammerhead shark section, I actually did on the first try though, which did surprise me. But either way, I go ahead and just take my time, go through this game pretty fast, make sure I have everything under control. It's also why I like to use, play blind on my first playthroughs, because then on my second run, it's not as stressful, and I know what I'm doing. I knew exactly what I need to do for, some of the sections, and it made it very, much calmer, I feel like. Without further ado though, I do manage to beat the game without healing and without dying, so that's going to get us 2 more trophies, getting us quite literally an inch away from this platinum.
Base, this is Echo 11, over.
Go on. Over.
We've found the origin of the emergency signal. The helicopters.
The final trophy in this game is for tasing a shark 5 times. Earlier in the game, I mentioned the electric weapon, and this is just like a shocking stick that you hit the shark with and it electrocutes them, stuns them, and they go away for a couple of seconds. The easiest way to get this trophy is to hit the shark, hit it again if you have an electric battery, and then let the shark kill you, rinse and repeat. This is easily done the first time you get the electric weapon, so that's what I did. And I pretty much just ran up to the shark, whacked it, and yeah, after that I go ahead and get the trophy for whacking it 5 times, and of course right after that we obtain the platinum trophy.
I need to be careful with those things.
With that, Platinum 102 has been obtained. Submersed. I enjoyed this game. I thought it was a cute little, shark fun game. Like I said, I like Deep Blue Sea. I thought it was a great movie. And now I have this game complete, which is dope. I know it just had a sequel come out, which I'm going to have to eventually try out. But yeah, I'd give this game a solid 8 out of 10. I feel like this game had features that just never came into play, and I also really never talked about them. Like, there were hiding spots in this game, but I never got chased, so there was no need for them. Like, and they weren't for the sharks, like, they wouldn't have done me any good. And just other stuff, and I feel like the game didn't fully get to finish everything it wanted to. But either way, great game. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It is 3 in the morning, so I'm sorry if I'm a little off. But yeah, see you guys next time. Goodbye.